Actually, I will put it in this kind of order. My little skeins. Hi, welcome to my channel, Knitting Latvian. My name is Ingrid and I'm here to tell you about my knits during the month of June. I thought maybe because of the summer I won't be knitting as much, but right now when I look at the finished things near me, I guess there wasn't any difference actually comparing to previous months. So let's start. Actually, let's start with what I'm wearing. Yeah, and right now you can see only the top of the garment, maybe right somehow. Yeah. What I'm wearing is a finished object, a cardigan, a oversized cardigan with these kinds of bubbly or these kinds of luminous bubbly sleeves. So the main body is worked top down in garter stitch, as you can see here. It has straight shoulders, it is worked top down, and it goes ends in a mid-thigh length. The arms are later picked up here. Some garter rows are worked, and then this kind of bubbly stitch is made all over, and then I decrease the stitches for the cuff and then work one by one and just end in simple cast off at the tip here. The same thing goes for the sides of the cardigan, one by one ribbing, and also the bottom. Yeah, perfect timing because right now it's not that warm in Latvia, in the Baltic region, compared to the rest of the Europe. They have a heat wave, but we still are wrapped in cardigans, in pullovers, jumpers, and even the solstice evening was spent with the puffer jackets on and woolen socks. We are waiting for the summer still, but then I can wear my knits in even longer. Yeah, so how I did this cardigan, with what materials. Here I have the yarn, Alize Superlana Midi, and the color is 480. And this is the 8th ball. This cardigan was made out of 8 yarn balls. Yeah. And the needles for the whole thing, I didn't change the needle size, just the needle lengths. The cord length of the needles were changed for the arms, but all the cardigan is worked with 6mm needles, garter stitch, ribbings, all thing. Also this bubbly pattern is also worked with 6mm needles. Yeah, because this yarn is perfect for these needles. In the gauge I knit, my knitting tension is a bit to the tighter side, so 100 grams, 1 yarn ball, and 170 meters per the yarn ball. And the contents are 75% acrylic and 25 wool. But for this kind of summery jackets or cardigans, it is really nice, compatible because it is easy to take care of. Yeah, it gives a warmth, but the material is cheap and easy to take care of, so I'm not scared to wear it outside, everywhere, on a picnic outside or just for a walk with my dog. I'm not afraid if it gets if it gets stained, well, not stained, if it gets dirty, I just simply put it in a washing machine, and I don't worry as much. If it was a more luxurious yarn with mohair or some kind of alpaca. Yeah, this was my not the first finished object I finished in June, but the one I'm wearing right now. That is why I told it that is why I talked about it first. But actually the first finished thing that I did was this white pile. I'll try to show you, and it is a triangular scarf. You can't see me, but hopefully you can see the scarf. Yeah, triangular scarf that is worked from here and towards the edges and finished at the bottom like that. I hope you can see. Yeah, the wrap goes all around, and I can wear it on my shoulders like that. Yeah, and it goes across both of my hands, across my shoulders. So I'm sorry I don't remember from right away what was the pattern I used, but I will write it down so you can use it too. It's a free pattern for a lace this kind of lace shawl or scarf or throw. This is the right side and this is the wrong side. Here you can see. Needles I used were 5mm needles, and yeah, as you can see and maybe tell, this wrap is worked with increases along here and also in the middle. That's why it makes this kind of triangular shape. So everything was done with 5mm needles. Let me tell you more about the yarn. This was also this month's purchase. I'm using here is a dog's wool yarn. And especially, at least the spinner said that it was made from Samoyed dog yarn. Yeah, so the yarn is hand spun, not by me, but still. I made it pretty quickly actually. I like the texture, I like the softness, and after washing this by hands, it doesn't give any smell of the dog, not anymore. Yeah, it smells like the detergent. Mildly as a detergent. Yeah, this kind of knit I made for the first time, and I liked how the pattern worked up and the end result. In total, I used like a little bit over 200 grams of the hand-spun yarn. And maybe you can see there are two yarn balls, separate yarn balls, and maybe you can tell on the tip or towards the end of the scarf, the tone of the yarn is a little bit lighter than the middle. Yeah, maybe a different dog. This Samoyed dog was different, or like a younger or different time of the year it was collected, but the difference is not that noticeable from afar, of course, and in the feeling and in the softness way also it is not that different. Maybe another wash maybe could help with this even more, but we will see. This scarf I'm planning to give as a gift for my grandmother, because the dog's wool or dog's yarn is more warming. The qualities of it is supposed to be more healing than the regular sheep's wool. Maybe. But I hope she will like this, and she will wear it at least when she's at home, to lay over her legs or the knees. Yeah. Show you, this is the leftover from the second yarn ball. As you can see, the color is not that different. It just the finished object is more fluffier, because I washed it. Yeah. Okay. And this is here at last. A finished sweater, a Moby sweater, patterned by Petiteknit, and I made this size medium. I worked with 4mm needles for the pattern part, and for the ribbings and the neck edge, 3.5mm needles. This pattern, exactly this pattern and the same size, I have made it previously, and I really enjoyed the pattern. I recommend this. It looks harder than it actually is. When you get to know, when you understand the pattern idea, it goes fast. And so the jumper is done. Yeah, as I mentioned, 4mm needles, and the material for this was Alize again, Royal Alpaca, or the way Alize Alpaca Royal in color 356, light blue color. This season is my newfound favorite color that goes with my skin tone very well. I actually do receive many compliments of the combination in my workplace. Also, I wear shrubs. I work in medical field. My shrubs are light blue, like dusty, this kind of tone. So yeah, I really enjoyed the color, the process, the pattern, and also the finished object. Even though the yarn is like half acrylic and the rest of it is wool and alpaca, I like how it feels against especially my neck area, is the most sensitive towards hairs of the animals, or my own hair, my own hair, and it doesn't trouble. I like the drapiness after blocking it, washing it, and it's not stiff, it is more flowy, drapey, and even though it has a textured pattern. So yeah, I'm really excited to be wearing it when the colder time again comes. Now it's not that cold, but I easily could have wear it on the 23rd of June, when the solstice in Latvia is celebrated as Jāņi or Līgo svētki. So this is done. Here I'll show you the next one. Is another sweater, and this kind of interesting gray color, marbled color. The pattern here is used a cloud sweater by Petiteknit again, and it is worked top down with 4mm needles all along. And the most distinguishing detail about this sweater is that it has rolled edges on the bottom, on the arms, and also for the neck and the bottom there. And it has like a raw edges, or actually they're pearl rows for the shoulder. Maybe you can see on the top of the shoulder it goes like a pearl seam, and also where the arms are picked up. It's like a 2 pearl row to make it seem like it's raw. I know the trend started actually last year when Petiteknit released first this pattern. I guess it was like last summer or last autumn. I don't remember exactly, but I had this pattern in my library, and this was the first time I tried it. Yeah, stockinette 4mm needles. Also, the rest of the details are made with 4mm needles. So if you don't have much of needle choices yet at home, so this can be a pattern that you can make, because it requires only 1 needle size. Yeah, and the yarn, I will show you it. I have it in a cone, and the leftover of a cone is right here. This yarn was actually in my mother's yarn stash, and I asked if I could take this cone. When I weighed it with the cardboard cone, it was like 500 something grams, and I thought, no, maybe I was playing yarn chicken, but I won by this much, and yeah, I managed to make this sweater. The meterage for this is mystery, but with 4mm needles it worked really well. 4.5, I forgot already, but the contents are mentioned. It has 28% of alpaca, 28 of merino, and 44 is cotton, as you can maybe tell. Focus, sorry. I don't know if it's focusing, but the fluff of the yarn is the alpaca and the wool, and the metal of the thread, it is like a cord from cotton. Here is like a end of the thread just with cotton, and the fibers of the wool and alpaca give the gray tone to the yarn, and I really like how it plays in a net together. Yeah, the sweater by itself, it's pretty thick actually. I will also gift this away to my sister, because when I put it on, it looks more edgy on me. Maybe it's both the yarn choice and the raw edges, the elements, design elements of it, and she is more edgier, I guess. I hope she will like this, and she usually likes woolly things to wear, and this can go together with her style. But I wanted to try this pattern, and yeah, I did it. This was my 3rd finished object. No, the 4th. Yeah, and that was actually, no, I have 1 more finished object, but the object I finished just yesterday, so it is now drying on a clothing rack. I won't be holding it up, but I will insert a video where I show you the details of the sweater. But the sweater that I made is an ivy sweater, by Petiteknit, and I did a gauge modification for it because I wanted to use the special Noro yarn. Yes, this is the leftover, the yarn that I purchased in Germany, trip to Germany during the yarn festival that was happening there. Yeah, and so I had 3 balls of the Noro yarn and 4 yarn balls of drops kid silk in color 45, and the color for this is T16. A combination with two of these yarns, and light sage color, light green color, soft and beautiful coloring. Every row was different. The fibers throughout that were spun in made this really beautiful combination, and it reminds me of like watercolorings, or if in a paintings when the artists paint the top of the water during the summer. It reminded that flickering and the movement of the water really reminds me of the outcome for that sweater. Yeah, I really enjoyed the knitting of it and the coloring, how the colors changed throughout the knitting. Yeah, that was my last finished object. Yeah, I finished it just yesterday, so it is now drying. So let's move to the next category. That is my whips. Let me take it and show you. So the modification is that I sized up for the needles with 4.5 millimeter needles, and so because of the change in the gauge, I made the smallest size possible, but it came out bigger, of course. But yeah, and that I'm happy about the end result, the bigger gauge, so it makes a bigger size. It fits perfectly. Yeah, everything again, because it has a raw finishes on the sweater. All of the sweater is made with 1 needle size. Now in this time was 4.5, and I borrowed the edge finishings from the cloud sweater so it won't roll up. Yeah, so my whips, or my whip, unfinished whip, unfinished project that I touched that I continued on actually, is this red cardigan, a Maggie cardigan, again by Petiteknit the pattern is, and I just yesterday, after finishing the ivy sweater, picked up the sleeve and started to knit on this. So maybe you have already seen that I started this cardigan in the spring, and now I'm continuing with it. And as I picked it up, I was like, oh, it reminds me so much of the strawberries. The strawberry season is starting right now in Latvia, but I can be a strawberry and with this cardigan. So I have started the one arm. I have to do the other sleeve, and also the front bottom plackets. I will make it a little bit later. Yeah, so the cardigan is worked with 4 millimeter needles in yarn combination that I have here. Drops daisy in color 20, and the kid silk from drops in color 61. Yes, This is a really bright red. It pulls a little bit towards the orange. I will be working on it. A little bit about the construction. It is mixed techniques, but it is worked from top down, and it has like a picked up sleeve like here, and then it is continued as the raglan increases on the armhole and the armpit area, and it will have a round neck finish. Hopefully you can see. Yeah, for now it's rolling on itself, so I have to do the edges for it. What else? I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, this is for now my only whip for the June. Yeah, as I said, I only picked it up yesterday, and it was sitting in my projects. And the last thing I will mention are my purchases. Month of the June, here I'm holding them. A little skeins, colorful and monocolored skeins that I have here. So let me tell you what they are. Yes, well, I will start with these two. These are the Latvian local wool from Pace, yarn skeins in merino base. So one is beige toned and the other is with blue and pink and purpley tones all over, as you can see. Yeah. And this I have in a sweaters quantity. I will be making a color work sweater. This will be the base color and the color work will be in this color changing yarn, beautiful yarn. So I have worked with this base once before and I really enjoyed it. I liked the outcome, so I knew that I wanted to buy new ones, and this was my choice. It will be worked with 4mm needles, and yeah, I think this will wait for me for an autumn time, a little bit later, because I have many plans that I have to do related to knitting before, but I'm excited to start with this. And together with that, at the same time, I bought another yarn skein in different colors. It is also from Pace, the merino, but this is single plied. The previous yarn is 2-plied and this is single plied. From this I'm going to make a scarf, and color changing scarf, and I will hold it together with the mohair strand in beige color. And the last thing I bought is this kind of rust color, but this is 100% wool, and for each skein there are 240 meters and the skein is 100 grams. I will be making something in with 4mm needles, I think, and the color name of this is burnt orange, and the name of the yarn is, so the label name is like that. So I like the feel of this. It is like a really bouncy yarn. It somehow reminds me of merino, but it is not as silky. It's more like bouncy, like merino. So I will make some kind of sweater, I guess, from this, but again in the autumn time, not right now. Yeah, so those were my purchases. I told you about my finished things and my processes that I'm knitting on. Yeah, I hope you liked the time we spent together. I would like to know what you are working on also during the warm time. Are you even knitting, or knitting is meant only for the colder times, a colder time of the year? Meet again on another podcast after 1 month, and I will see you later again. Bye.